Speaking of games where you put on ridiculous outfits, I have been playing Metal Gear Solid Delta, and I'm having a very nice time. I'm having a really good time with this game. I know that we're supposed to be mad at Konami, but I feel like the people who had their beef with Kojima 10, 11 years ago at this point, I don't think they were the ones who were making this game, because this game feels like a game made by people who really, really appreciate the original and really did their homework. And I don't know, like I feel like it feels like playing RE4 Remake. It doesn't really change anything in the flow of the actual gameplay, but it has that same it plays like you remember the original playing. And
I feel like this one from what I played so far, this one plays a little safer than RE4 Remake. I feel like this one, and I'm digging it so far, but I feel like it is still a little tanky, and it's still a little it's still got like puzzle box areas that lead into a loading area that leads into another puzzle box area, and that's great. But I feel like RE4 was like, hey, we're gonna make a full on modernized third person action game based on the DNA of one of the best third person action games ever.
Light redesigns and things, so it still has the same vibe and same effect, but it's gives you some unexpected surprises.
I'm torn about that, because I think that, I don't know, the fact that you enter an area and you're in its own kind of little vacuumed off area, like you're not, if the guards are chasing you, you can just dip into another place and they kind of just forget what's going on, to a certain degree. But like, if it was seamless between areas, you would have an entirely different game.
No, I agree.
On a scale that I don't know if it would work as well. I think it would maybe break it. And they do a really good job. The modern control scheme I adore, because it feels like it plays a lot like Phantom Pain. And in the ways that it doesn't, I'm definitely screwing myself up repeatedly. Where I keep trying to dive into a crawl, and he just still kind of crouches down. Like the movement in Phantom Pain is just some of the best ever in any video game. Like, I love how that feels to play that game. So taking a step back from that and revisiting, the original, it's way smoother than playing the original, where you have to just stop and aim down sights and then shoot, and you can't just move around like that. I'm like 7 hours in, and it's just, it's a treat. Like, I don't know, they have I feel like very considerate little additions here and there. There's definitely some things it could add that I would appreciate, but it's safer than RE4. But in Konami's defense, I guess, a thing that's probably going to get me doxxed to say out loud, just RE had they remade the first game twice, basically, or there's Remake and there's
just Remake.
And okay, so there's Remake,
and then there's including the DS one that had touchscreen stabbing.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
No, so they've remade Remake. They did a Remake long before. I guess comparatively, we got the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, which isn't quite the same thing. But we got RE2, which deviated here and there, but it was pretty I feel like it wasn't as much of a departure as 4 was, and then 3 they cut some stuff and we're kind of like, oh no, they're kind of cutting corners here. And then again, 4 was the stuff it added was so smart and so good, but again, they had some experience doing that. So my hope is that this is just Konami warming up, and that we're going to get an RE4 grade remake of Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah, I think that is a great theory. And also, there's, you touched on it, but this is kind of a trickier one, because there's drama. And there's, I think if their relationship with Kojima did not end well, and Kojima went on to start his own studio, makes his own games now. And, Konami's making games that are, well reviewed as well. They're rebooting Silent Hill. They worked with Bloober on that. That remake that was successful, that I think overhauled things probably more than this one did, or definitely, but also had they kind of messed with the recipe too hard on this, I think people would have gotten really upset with them, because it's this is a game that some people consider the best Metal Gear game. Some people consider the best Kojima game, and Kojima was like, I'm not going to play it. You know, it was one of those like we there's a conversation happening right now with like Chris, you know, the director Chris Columbus looking at screenshots of the stupid Harry Potter show, and he's just like, well, you look cool. You're just remaking the same costumes I did 20 years ago or whatever. Like, why bother? Who is this for? Yeah, and it's just like, and for the record, I've always thought everything Harry Potter was stupid, so don't even come at me.
Seriously.
But like, I think if they had like messed with this one too hard, people would be livid, right? And justifiably so, because it's a sacred cow, right? Like you said. But I think that there was like I wanted I think a little bit more just sort of oomph in the controls department. Like it's still a little too sticky for me. Yeah, like I think I wanted something just a little bit more modern there, because everything else looks so good.
I've literally, I think, 5 minutes in this game, with 2 minutes being part of a cutscene and the other like 2.5 minutes being playing one of the
Hideo Kojima game,
one of those Ape Escape mini games, because you can play those right off the jump. And like when I booted it up, it was like 11:30 at night. I was like, I'm way too tired to actually start this game. So I was like, let me just do this stupid little Ape Escape minigame because I love Ape Escape. And I'm very happy about that being brought back. And the fact that there's a new little friend joining in with the apes, which I won't spoil for those who haven't seen what it is. But there's a new little friend in there with the Ape Escape apes.
It's... I don't know, Brian. I think you raise a good point. Like, if they change too much, it would piss everyone off.
Yeah.
And it's, again, like Konami is they're making very slow movements to kind of be like, hey, gamers, it's okay, come closer. Look what we have. Come look at. It's like they're trying to, you know, adopt a feral cat. It's just they're like, we remade Silent Hill 2. Look at it. We gave it to Team Bluebird. They didn't have anything to do with Kojima. They were making Layers of Fear 2 back then. Like, don't worry about it. They did that. And then they're like, look what we made. We made Snake Eater. And look, it's all shiny. It's new. And like, I don't know. Like, I want more Metal Gear games.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad Kojima's making weird stuff, but you know, it's easy to point at like this being his franchise, but I don't know. They made the second Metal Gear game ever made was made without Kojima, which was Snake's Revenge, and that's, you know, again, not a great game, but it's like, I don't know. Kojima was like, oh yeah, I didn't know that they were doing that, so I decided to make Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake on the MSX. Like,
yeah,
I did my own version, and like I don't know. I'm torn. You know, like I guess I don't really know. I don't know who's making this, but I think they did a really good job. They had a really good blueprint, and I am hoping that someone there has enough kind of creative oomph to try to push this series forward, because I would love to get new Metal Gear games. I mean, everyone shits on Metal Gear Survive, but I'm pretty sure that was one of Kojima's last ideas before he left, or at least he had some input on it, and it was in development before all that stuff went down. And it's, yeah, I don't know. I would absolutely love to play a modernized version of Metal Gear Solid 1 that feels like this, but is balanced better than like Twin Snakes, for instance.
No, I mean, like we worked San Diego Comic-Con this year, and we interviewed people working on new Alien TV show, which I love, and a new Predator movie, which looks awesome and is from the same director and team that made the last Predator movie and a Predator animated movie. And like none of the original, you know, you've got some EP credits from some of the original folks working on those things, like Ridley Scott. And every couple of years, you know, James Cameron's like, yeah, the new Terminator movie is going to be good, I think, and it's not. But I would rather people take a crack at these things than them just kind of die off forever, right? Especially because it's like you look over at Ubisoft and they've got the other big sort of, you know, third-person stealth franchise that they haven't done anything with in like a decade.
What are you talking about? It's got a Netflix animated series.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like,
what are you talking about, Brian? We get like a new Assassin's Creed like every couple of years.
Okay, yes, you're right. Fair.
No, but I know what you're talking about. Splinter Cell,
Sam Fisher's missing in action, basically.
Just the biggest like drop in the bag.
Look, I miss Snake. You know, like Metal Gear's always been my favorite series, and it's just I'm so immensely happy to be playing what's ostensibly a new Metal Gear game in 2025, and like I hope there's more where that came from. I'm happy Kojima's off making his own stuff. He's got a bajillion projects that he's, you know, working on, and like he seems like he's thriving. And I don't know, the little kid in me who's just like, I like Snake. I just want to run around in a box and be Snake. Like that's just kind of
No, I've been wanting to replay this game for ages. I like threw it on a 3DS last year and was like, oh, this is, I'll play it here. And then they announced this and I was just like, I will wait. And I'm so glad I did. Cause like, this is if you've never played this game, this is the way to play it. If you've only played the original game back in the day, like this, from what I played so far, this honors it. But also there's a bunch of stuff in it that like they got the assignment. Like there's goofy, campy stuff. And there's also like, there's some quality of life stuff. The filters that you can throw on, the action movie filter is awesome. Like you can put on filters that make it look pukey, like the original version, right? Like it's really cool. And so, yeah, I don't want to undermine any of that. It plays it a little close to the chest, but like Max said so perfectly, I think like this is probably the first step up at what is hopefully like a long staircase of them figuring out what to do with this franchise and how to honor it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Metal Gear, it's back, baby.
It's out.
Excited to go play more of that. Hey, thanks for watching this clip from Beyond, IGN's weekly PlayStation show. You can find the full episode over on youtube.com/IGN Games. And don't forget, new episodes of Beyond drop every Wednesday on IGNGames.com, the IGN Games YouTube, and all your favorite podcast platforms. Thanks again, everybody, and as always, Beyond.